Hey, how's it going, guys? Carson back here with another live stream, trying things a little different this time. I'm going live directly through YouTube instead of using StreamYard, so let me know how it looks and sounds, I guess. It seems like things are a little bit wider and the picture looks slightly different for some reason, but hey, cool. Just let me know in the comments or the chat box, which somewhere up or down, left or right. I don't know. Anyway, I figured why not go ahead and try to squeeze a live stream out before it's time to go to C2E2 at the end of this week. I can't believe it's already here again. They keep making them like 8 months out, but I think we're back to normal now. But as you guys can see by we got stacks, just like old times, we're stacked up to the camera level again. So luckily I got my trusty folding table off to the side here so I can get rid of the books real easy. So basically, I got a few eBay hauls, some whatnot hauls, like one half-price book score finally. So happy to see that finally come to fruition because it's been a dry spell at half-price books for me lately. And yeah, we'll just kind of hop in random here. We're going to show a lot of random books to start off, and then we're going to dive right into my goals for C2E2, I suppose. So I think like all the good stuff is on top, so I'm not going to really try to separate. We're just going to show the stuff and move on and have fun. So the first lot I want to highlight, I got like a pretty good Ninja Turtle score off eBay. Like a lot of these books I'm probably never going to see in the wild, and if I do, it's probably just because I own them now. That's the weird luck I have. But it was just one of those ones that just said like TMNT a lot, and then you actually had to click on it, go through all the pictures to figure out what in the world is in this lot. And yeah, it was one of those great ones where like, oh, okay, cool. You actually have to go explore and figure out what you're getting as a part of it, because usually a lot of these books will be listed individually, and a lot more people are going to find that way, obviously. And I guess I kind of took advantage of the nice / not so nice listing. So I've been trying to fill the image run of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and those, like, once you start to go down like the later run issues, you're getting into like print runs of 5,000 or less. And turtle fans like me, once they get something in their collection, it kind of just stays there for the longest time. So these don't go up for sale that often, let alone kind of like in bundles and such. So I was very happy. It's not like I got this super cheap or anything, but I am still very happy with what I paid for it. Had I tried to get these individually, I would have paid far more. So we'll go ahead, and these are going to be a little random because I kind of just brought the piles up and turned on the camera, basically. So we got Ninja Turtles number 9 from the image run, like I said. First couple of these are doubles, but I really needed the end of the run you're going to see here in a second. So I'll probably maybe offload some of these doubles at some point once I'm ready to start selling a few books again, because I don't like to hoard too many doubles and triples and stuff. So I got issue 9 and 10. I'm 99% sure I have 9 and 10 already. So I guess if there's anyone out there trying to fill some image stuff, let me know. I thought there was 11 in here, but I could be wrong. It looks like I'm wrong. Okay, good. Anyway, we'll move on. So I do need to rebag and board these. Here's the ones I don't have. And I think this might actually be 2 eBay lots. So the final issue I'm going to show of this was in a separate one. I just happened to went around the same time. So we got Ninja Turtles number 18 right there. And then number 19. Once again, once you start to get in these higher number ones, you're probably talking like 5,000-6,000 print run or less. And it's just, you don't see them. There's issue number 20. And then issue number 21. This, I think, was the last book of the lot, actually. Issue 22, I guess, First Lady Shredder, for what that's worth. One of my goals, I want to actually read this whole image run, because it is, what I've read of it is insane. Like, I believe Raph has an eye patch, like Donatello, like, is half robot. It's nuts. So I can't wait to get every issue finally and dive into this. And I think there's like the Urban Legends reprints I could buy too, but those are starting to not become easy to find either. And then that chains me into the next turtle lot. I had to get a separate lot to get issue 23, which is the final issue of the Image run. So I was very happy to get this, because once I got the rest of these, like, now I just got to get this, because this is like my new hardest one to get in volume 3, which is the Image run. So very happy to complete that. Now I just kind of need like 12 through 17 minus, I think I got an issue 14 over there somewhere. So now, yeah, it's getting a very small pile of Image stuff. Then I can start to chip away at maybe volume 4, which that's pretty much near impossible once you get into the final releases. And then, yeah, I haven't gotten a lot from volume 2, but I don't think there's much there anyway to collect. So that won't be a big deal. Also in that lot, maybe my best copy of this book I've ever gotten. I haven't actually, maybe we'll check on camera here in a second to see if it's, I think there's printing differences here. But I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1 in a newsstand. So I was very happy to get a newsstand. And this thing is very, I mean, the bag sucks. Don't get me wrong. I need to rebag this too. But it's a pretty clean copy. I think this is going to be my new keeper. Because usually this is one of those books. Oh, it's a bag within a bag. Okay, so now I got to take it out of another bag. So there we go. We got Barbarian Kung Fu. What's going on, man? Glad I'm not here by myself in a live stream. So always happy to see Barbarian Kung Fu. Definitely check out his Instagram for some killer sales every Wednesday. But here we go. Nice TMNT #1 Adventures, of course. Does need to go in the old press next to me there. And I don't think, like I said, I could be wrong. There might be different printings of this. I can't remember. This one doesn't notate it, so it must be a first print. But there's that. I'm going to sit this very gently on the side over here so I can rebag that after the stream, because that's junk now. They also came with some of these martial arts manuals. So here's the Donatello one. I've never really been looking for or collecting these, but I got a few in this lot. It seems like every time I see them come up on like Whatnot auctions or just in general on eBay, even these are starting to go up in price. And I feel like when I started collecting turtles, at least these you could find in like $2 bins, maybe a $5 bin or less. And now we're starting to ask like $10 for these things. It's just like all the turtle stuff is going up. The first appearance of Slash and the worst bag and board I've seen in a minute. This looks like they just stepped on it a bunch of times and reused it as a bag and board, but hopefully, I think the book in there is a little bit better. First Slash on there. For some reason, this was in a Mylar in that lot, so like I don't know how these two books were kept by the same person. Yeah, beautiful Mylar. You got this garbage bag and board, but Turtles Adventures #1, regular edition. I think every time I find this book, it's the regular one. So once again, if you're a turtle collector out there and need this, I might have an extra copy, because I got a lot of extras in this lot, basically. Just like this one, it's the color special reprint. I can't remember the exact terminology of this off the top of my head, and I actually have it. There's like a recalled version of this, so this might be it. I'm not sure. I got to look up exactly. I think there's like printing errors on the trim or something like that, but nonetheless, it's a weird but yet cool book for turtle collectors to go after. Well, once again, I already got that. I think that's a better quality copy for me. And then I'm starting to get in these color classics. So luckily, this was all part of the same bundle as well, that TMNT 23 Image one. So I got issue #3. I was very happy to get an issue #4, just because I always like that cover. It's, the one they eventually used for the video game, and the second print. And then issue #5. So now I might try to hunt down issue 1 and 2, because I already have the Raphael one. Another martial arts manual for Michelangelo. We got TMNT Adventures 31, which I need to make my list of this so I know what to run for, because I think I got a lot of Adventures doubles, because a lot of them are early run, and then eventually the later run ones I never find. Hey, a newsstand. Look at that. We got a newsstand on issue 13, issue 11. I do want to say, I don't know if I can highlight the chat. Let's find out. Nope, can't do anything. Okay, I should have used StreamYard. We got Barbarian Kung Fu saying, I don't think there is a $2 TMNT book anymore in any grade. Yeah, very valid point. I 100% agree. Like, especially if you unless you just get really lucky. I've kind of just got to the principle now. Like, if I see a TMNT book at $1 bin, it just doesn't matter what it is. It could be like the animated adventures, whatever, the new Turtles I'm not a huge fan of. I'm just going to buy it at this point because it's just, you can't find the stuff in it. You can find any like licensed property comic, no problem. I see a lot of Transformers. I even like got a decent Thundercats lot today, and Turtles. Everybody loves Turtles. We got John's Comics with Kids. What's going on, John? How you doing today? Thanks for stopping by and saying hi in the chat. Speaking of Turtles Adventures, we got 22. Not a very good copy of 22, but I got to see if I already have one. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. It's got a really big hairline crease down there. We got TMNT the movie. Nice square bound book. Always like getting this one. Really nice copy, actually. Big fan of that. I think that concludes that lot. So 2 nice lots combined into one good turtle time there. So really happy with that. Actually, I'll go ahead and show this other really nice eBay lot. I just got in the mail this afternoon on my way home. So I already had, I told myself earlier, oh, don't get too many doubles. And then here I am buying more doubles. But these are kind of like condition upgrades, basically. So big fan of Steranko stuff in the late 60s and the Silver Age. So always got to see, if there's a good deal on the Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and it catches my eye, I'm probably going to buy it. So I got Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., number 4. This is debatably my favorite Steranko cover. I always flip between this one, X-Men 50, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. But I really want a nice white copy of this. We're getting closer, not quite what we're looking for, but it's still probably better than my existing copy, which looks like it was put in a toaster, basically. It's so like brownish. So the closer I can get to a bright, white, vibrant copy of this, the better. But this is one of the hardest books to get in like a nice, clean copy of just because of its age, basically, and the paper it was printed on. I got issue number 5, and luckily I'll rebag these. Like the stickers just on the bag there. So got that one. And then issue number 6, really always like this cover as well. Once again, we're changing those bags out as soon as I have the time to do so. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this run. I actually read some of the story not too long ago on Marvel Unlimited. It's pretty solid. Like, we buy the stuff for the covers, but sometimes the art on the inside is actually better. The 60s Steranko stuff, it definitely can be. Barbarian says, yeah, those covers are the Netrunner are great. Yeah, some of the best of the Silver Age, in my opinion. Got a couple more Silver Age. I believe this next stack came from Whatnot, actually. Got a guy on Whatnot. I believe he's Hawaiian, named Willie808. I highly recommend, if you guys are into Whatnot auctions and stuff, you go over there and follow him. Because he has a decent amount of followers, but usually his auctions, like, they have a decent amount of traffic as well, but he has some killer deals. Like, he started, I think every one of these books started at $3, and I got almost all of them for the starting bid. There's a few I paid for in there, but nothing more than like my highest one was like $18, $19 or something like that, just because I'll just show that one now to get it out of the way because I found it. We got the first, Hellraiser comic, first Pinhead, I believe, and this thing, wow, they like triple boarded that too. So this is probably like the most costly book I got just because I've never seen this before anywhere. So thought that was really cool. Love me some Hellraiser and some Pinhead. I think I got these for like less than $10, if even 5 or 6. So Captain Marvel number 2, trying to chip away at this Silver Age Captain Marvel stuff. I actually got a decent amount of this now. The main key I think I'm missing out of this is just the first issue probably. And this is a really, really nice issue too. I'm surprised this did not go for a lot more. Get that little half posted off of there. But yeah, really nice condition, quality copy on Captain Marvel. Run filling some Doctor Strange in the Bronze Age as well. Got an issue 27. Once again, not a bad copy. Figured why not? If I can get cheap Warlock right now, I may as well go ahead and grab it. Got Warlock number 12. Another condition upgrade for me, the giant size annual Spider-Man 21, the Marriage of Mary Jane issue. Kind of like that's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 4 earlier. Usually I can get this book pretty cheap, but they're not the widest and most vibrant covers. Sometimes they can have yellowing and such. This one's pretty good, actually. So this will probably be a new copy. And he made the point on the stream. He's like, hey, it's also in a Mylar, and I'm a sucker for that. So got a nice Mylar as well out of the deal. I got Mighty Thor 333. This was definitely a cover buy for me. A really cool Bill Sienkiewicz Dracula Thor cover. I've never really seen this highlighted before anywhere, and I thought that was awesome. So I was happy to pay $3 for that. Barbarian says, sorry, I have to dip, but I'll scream newsstand when I see you at C2E2 this weekend later, brother. Oh, I can't wait, man. Hopefully we'll get to bump into each other this year instead of like, I think the last few times we always talk about it, like I either see him in a line and someone like distracts me and I don't see him again, or it's vice versa. I'm in a line, he's running by to go somewhere else, and we kind of just like give each other the quick wave. So hopefully we'll get a chance to slow down and say hi to each other. I got the Power of Warlock number 4. Good Jim Starlin stuff there. Daredevil 191. I can't remember if I had this in my run. Just trying to run fill some Daredevil while I'm at it. He actually had several copies of that. I'm glad I didn't accidentally buy 2 off the same person the same day because I've done that before. Warlock number 3. Or Jim Starlin. This one I don't think I paid too much for either. Probably around the maybe $10 mark. And this is an easy upgrade for me. Captain Marvel 33, a very early Thanos appearance. Yeah, Jim Starlin Thanos for cheap. I'll buy that all day. So really good copy on that. Yeah, this is definitely one of those auctions. If I see this guy go live, I make sure I try to make time for it. Captain Marvel number 4. Once again, look at, I mean, this is a really good quality copy. I wish I could click on the chat. I'm definitely using StreamYard next time. I wanted to try out this like YouTube interface. We got Chad from 90 miles from comics. I actually tried to tag you in an Instagram post the other day. I couldn't find you anymore, but 90 MFC with the Flames. What's going on, man? Nice to see you in the chat. More Daredevil. We got 206. Awesome Kingpin stuff there. And those are some I was halfway thinking about taking the C2E2 to get Klaus Janson to sign. So you may see me talking about these in a week or two as well, but I got some other ones I'm probably going to pull out of the boxes first, just because they're a little bit more key. I like the Elektra stuff, Born Again, even though I think that was more Mazzucchelli off the top of my head. We'll get back into this. We got some more Doctor Strange trying to run fill that. Daredevil 203. Actually, yeah, nice John Byrne on that one. Had the Shadow number 2, which I think I might have the first issue of this. And anytime I can get some early bronze, late silver DC, you better believe I'm getting it, especially if it's not destroyed. I just keep buying this book too because it keeps finding me. Infinity Gauntlet number 1. Good quality copy on this as well. I just need to get a board back there. Doctor Strange number 50. Really trippy cover on that. It's a newsstand. When he said showcase and no one bid, I was happy to take a showcase for $3. We got issue number 93. So always looking for anytime DC showcase pops up for cheap, I will take it all day. Another really cool Thor cover, annual number 13. I was shocked that I figured I just was going to be outbid instantly on these Wolverines, but no one bid against me at the opening bid. So I got Wolverine number 3 for $3. And then an issue number 5 for $3 as well. So happy with those. Of all Spider-Man books, I don't think I had this one in the collection. So I just went ahead and once again, no one bid against me. So I won it for opening bid. Spider-Man Unlimited for like $3, I think. So happy to get that in the collection. I believe the final one I got off this Whatnot auction was another Daredevil. So I got to cross this one off my sub 100 list. Daredevil 107. So I got a lot of Daredevil around this mark. So this one was missing out of the collection. So happy to fill that. And then I got a bunch of stuff I haven't had a chance to put in bags and boards yet. So I apologize. I think a lot of the top of the stack is my half price books, 20-cent stuff I got the other day. So always like, if I can get these Dark Horse comics for dirt cheap, I definitely am happy to pay for that. So these are 20 cents a piece. So I got Dark Horse Comics 3 for 20 cents. Issue number 4 for 20 cents as well. And they're usually, if they're in those bins or been picked through, or the tops start to get kind of gross and destroyed. And these weren't, so I must have just got there the day they put them out. And next up, I got some Tick reprints, which I've never seen before. But I'm kind of like one of those people, like, kind of like the 92 X-Men, 90s Batman, Turtles, even. Like, it just kind of ticks up there for me on those awesome early 90s cartoon properties like that Fox Kids lineup. So anytime I see Tick comics as well for cheap, I'll pick them up. So I got all these reprints for 20 cents, and they all say like the 10th anniversary, so they're probably printed just because the cartoon was becoming a hit. So that's issue number 2. So someone probably just pocketed the number 1 and went on their way and didn't pick up the rest of the run, because there's number 3, number 4, and all these for 20 cents. I was getting a nice handful real early that day. There's number 6, number 7, number 8, and they're all like the magazine size too. Guess I didn't really compare that. So there you go. Slightly different size than your normal comic book there. We got number 10, number 11, and I think that's it. So all those ticks were 20 cents a piece. So very, very happy with that. Also had some Usagi Ojimbos, so put him in that category too. Of if I get it, if I see it cheap, I'm getting it no matter what. So I got Usagi number 21. I think this one was the very first book I saw as soon as I walked in, and I'm like, I knew it was going to be a decent day because, yeah, Usagi number 24 for 20 cents. And then Usagi number 47 for 20 cents. And they were all broken up in the boxes, so luckily I was able to, I finally just started looking through these one at a time. So, and that took a while, but I found some good stuff. Had some local shop pickups. Getting some cover buys here. These Alex Ross covers are starting to hit with the villains. So, of course, I had to have the Dark Phoenix. Says this is, looks like Destiny of X20 or I don't even know what Marvel's putting out anymore. Usually, if they have a good cover, I'll pick it up. But other than that, X-Men number 20, like volume 50, I don't know. But I really like the Alex Ross Dark Phoenix cover. Got this X23 Deadly Regenesis. So that was a cool cover. Always like X23, so pick that up. I still get these turtle books put in my pool, but the Armageddon game, I've just kind of fallen completely off on the Armageddon game stuff. So once it's all over, I just need to compile everything and give it a reread because I'm so behind on my reading. I've just lost track of. There's the Alliance, then there's opening moves, and there's regular Armageddon game, and then there's the regular turtle book, and then I think there's like a checklist in the back that keeps track of all this stuff. Let me, since I don't have a bag and board, let me see. Okay, here is the checklist of all of the books that I need to read to get caught up. And that's a headache. We got art, bikes, and comics. What is going on, man? Welcome back to the chat. Nice to have you in tonight. We got this Jeff Lemire Phantom Road. I definitely need to put this on my read pile. Anytime the Lemire number 1 comes, I usually pick it up to see what I think. Cover by David Nakayama, Human Target number 2. Just had to get, the ice cover because she was in the Justice League when I started reading comics, and the Death of Superman, so I always liked the character. I may put this in my C2E2 pile. I got Harley Quinn number 27. Really cool Jenny Frison cover, plus Stephanie Phillips wrote. They're both going to C2E2, so I'll put that in my maybe C2E2 pile. Maybe I'll put this one in too. We got clear from Scott Snyder, Francis Manapul. Scott Snyder's going to be there. I actually haven't pulled a single thing for Scott Snyder, so maybe I'll sneak that one in. Been getting some of these fun Disney covers. The Incredible Hulk, number 21, it looks like. Or it's Amazing Spider-Man. This is why you're confusing, Marvel. You have a cover that clearly says Incredible Hulk, and I know it's an homage to Incredible Hulk 10 whatever, and then it's an Amazing Spider-Man book. Come on. Like, we're just going to move on. Read pile for me. I've been trying to get back into DC a little bit, and I hear, the start of their initiatives, the Superman stuff, so I wanted to check out the John Kent book, just because, Tom Taylor's writing it. He's usually one of the better hands that DC has currently. And I just thought this was a cool cover. Plus, they got Dan Jurgens back on Superman and one of the bonus features. There's a lot of cool just bonus stuff going on, but picked up Action Comics 1052. So thought that was a cool cover with the whole Superman family. So we'll see if I end up putting those in my pools down the line. But so far, they're not bad. It's not anything I'm super excited about or excited to talk about. But it's a step in the right direction, hopefully, but we kind of said the same thing 2016 during the rebirth stuff, and it kind of just scaled down from there. So hopefully they can keep consistency up. All right, we got more 20-cent stuff. This time my local shop actually had like a buy 5 for $1 just to clear some space. So I got 5 picked out. So there's like this No Honor #1 Top Cow Select book. Just a Michael Turner cover I've never seen before ever. Like, so I don't know what this book's limited to. I feel like if I opened it up, it told me. Maybe it doesn't at all. Okay, I looked it up and forgot. But anyway, very limited book. Maybe only like 1,000 print run on this. But yeah, Michael Turner, good stuff. X-Force #1. Clayton Crane. I actually may take this to the Indiana Comic-Con if I decide to go to that because Clayton Crane's scheduled for that. But 20 cents for this book. This book is phenomenal. If you guys like Clayton Crane, I know everyone loves his covers. But you get interior art from Clayton Crane in this run as well. It's like him and Mike Choi are the 2 artists on this run, and it's really good. So check it out if you haven't. 20 cent Michael Turner, just some of those wizard freebies you got for being a VIP back in the day to their cons. Same thing with these next 2 books, I believe. So a lot of these shrugged books, I don't think anyone's ever read them, but they usually have beautiful Mike Turner covers like this. All right. We got a couple more half-price books finds here. Got this. This was actually behind the counter. I don't know why I bought this because the more I look at it, the more I realize it is a very low-grade beat-up Superman. But it's kind of one of those things like, oh, maybe if I buy this, they'll challenge themselves to get more stuff like this in. I don't know, but it's $6. Superman #253. Just didn't have it in the collection. Arts, Bikes, and Comics is asking, are you planning on attending Heroes Con this year? I have to see when it is. I thought about trying to do at least like one Comic Con outside of the Midwest. So usually Baltimore's at the top of my list because I think I went there. I think it's been since 2018, 2019. I can't remember the year we all went. But that was a blast that I've always heard like Motor City or Heroes Con is definitely worth it for the comic book fan. So I definitely at some point in my lifetime want to go to each of those cons. So Heroes Con is definitely on the list of cons I really want to go to. I found like a run of X-Statics when I was there this other time. So got a lot of these for, got them all for $1, but some of them I didn't realize till I got home. A lot of them, I'll just show it here in a second. Yeah, this is a perfect example. So X-Force 129, some sweet Mike Allred art in there. But what they like to do at my half-price books now, which is becoming a really big pet peeve of mine because I bought several books like this. You got the sticker on the bag on the outside, but they try to cover up a sticker that's on the book on the inside. So come on. So now like I get home and I'm like, oh, cool. Now I got to figure out I am not the greatest at getting these stickers off the book directly. I've done it before, but it's just without leaving like a nasty sticky residue. It's not something I'm looking forward to doing anytime soon. Let's put it that way. And a lot of the books I left with, here's a worse example here. So there's the price sticker, but if you shift it over just a little like that yellow under there, that's the sticker on the book. So that they're purposely trying to cover up the imperfection on the book, and that really frustrates me. So I gotta keep a better lookout for that. But yeah, X-Force 128. And shout out to J Hood Creative. I heard him talking about this book before, and I've always had it on my read list. The X-Force stuff with Mike Allred and Patrick Milligan. So I actually left with a lot of them that day. And once again, you just not it's like rare print runs or anything on these, but just lower than your normal X book for the time even. Always like this cover of Wolverine teaching class, and it's just, hey, look, a newsstand too. So that's really cool to get this in a newsstand because newsstands are in the 2000s where you can't find too many of them. Another cover by Hulk #13. I think this is a Hulk book at least. It says it on top. You think it would be. Just a cool McFarlane cover swipe there. Another Turtle book, Armageddon Game. I do kind of like how they're going back to the early part of this Turtles run where Leo basically was forced to work for Shredder. That's a really good part of the run. I still actually need to read the first issue of this, and the second issue has already came out of the last run of last year's. Do like the Eastman covers on these, though. They seem to be far superior than the A cover, in my opinion. So, read pile. Another one for the read pile. And I think I heard, once again, Jade Creative, I think is the only other person I've heard talk about this. Superman Lost. Superman flies off to go on a mission in space. And then by the time he comes back, from his perspective, he's been gone for 20 years and he has to cope with that. So, kind of a cool storyline hook for me. So, excited to check out the first issue, and I will. We got Punisher War Journal, just a cool Jim Lee cover on issue 17. So kind of like these like earlier Jim Lee Marvel covers I'm starting to collect as well, I suppose. So did a lot of that Punisher stuff. So anytime I see him for $1, I pick him up. Same thing for the earlier Miles stuff. So I got Spider-Man number 9 for $1. I believe these were all $1 off the top of my head, at least. The only reason I don't collect a lot of Punisher. I always shout out to Cop Man Andy for my every time I see a Punisher book. But I just love this cover where all these Doombots are about to wreck the Punisher. So just like I don't know how Punisher would stand a chance, but that is the perfect hook for someone to buy this comic to see how in the world is Punisher going to fight Doctor Doom. Like, come on. So definitely, I think I'm going to put that one on the read pile, actually. It'll at least be good for a laugh, I'm sure. Speaking of Doom, another great Doctor Doom cover on Fantastic Four 279 with the crazy eyes in the background. That's really awesome cover. Might be into another eBay lot. I just remembered I won. And yeah, got some Mr. Miracle Run filler. So there's issue number 11. I think I'm only missing like, I had some good luck recently with some Mr. Miracle. So I think I only need like the first issue and the first Barda basically at this point. Issue number 12, which unfortunately is missing a little chunk up there. We got this new worst bag and board of the day. There's nice hanging off there, but that's what you get with eBay. You got an issue number 17 barely hanging on in there. You got issue 16. Luckily, the books appear to be in pretty well, except for I don't know what happened to the top of this person's box, but that must have been next to the other comic. But at least 16 looks pretty good. Then we got number 14 as well. Number 15, because I'm doing a great job showing these in order. And then I think this is actually the final issue of the series. It's just coolest cover. Issue number 18 with Darkseid looming in the shadows there. So really cool shadow there. Awesome cover. And then I got some magazines to show. I think these were just, cheap. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of where I even got these. Probably my local shop. Maybe. We'll just show them. No, this was another eBay win. I almost completely forgot I had this. So just had a lot of magazines that this person just had a bulk lot of random Marvel mags, and they decided just to put a buy it now on, and I was happy to oblige. So I got this Marvel Previews Presents Mighty Thor. Man God. Cool painted covers. This is definitely one of the ones that caught my eye in the lot. Star-Lord Marvel Preview number 11. I think this is definitely a very early Star-Lord appearance. Got the Rampaging Hulk, or I think they just changed it to the Hulk number 10. Unfortunately, it is missing. The cover is detached, but still really cool painted cover. Got some Tarzans, even though I'm not really big into Tarzan. Still pretty cool. I think some of these are actually British reprints that were just brought over. Really like this. This is another reason I bought this lot, and it caught my eye. RoboCop number 1, the magazine. So always like this 80s RoboCop art when I can get it. Then the third one, I think, is the reason I bought this lot, the Legion of Monsters. Marvel Preview number 1. Really cool cover on that with Dracula versus Blade. Really like that one a lot. I think this is one of those British reprints there. Mighty Marvel. Defenders. And then Marvel Graphic Novel Dreadstar. So issue number 3 of the Marvel Graphic Novel run. Really cool back cover on that. So always like getting the stuff I can't find every day. Put that in the bag of board pile. All right, I think that concludes the whole portion of the video finally after whatever time it is, because I don't have a clock on the screen. 30 minutes. All right, we're about the halfway point. So we're going to take a sip of water here. We're going to talk about C2E2. All right. So got a few goals for C2E2. Usually I go for signatures and stuff, but I gotta be honest, I don't know everybody in this pile. There's probably going to be some that charge for signatures or some that, get on that bandwagon because that's just the way things are nowadays with, inflated prices on everything and people catching on and artists getting more popular and getting more of a demand. So therefore they start charging for the demand, it's all good. I understand. I'm still a cheapskate though. If I get an opportunity for a free signature, I'll probably going to take it. Or the hero donation, which is my favorite method because it goes to the hero initiative, which there's a link below if you guys want to donate to them. But nonetheless, we're going to go through this pile here and I'm going to, show you my goal for each book basically. So I got bone number 4. This is like an umpteenth reprint. I got this for like $2, like maybe over a decade ago. But I heard Jeff Smith was going to be there. And it's just like, I never gotten a signature from Jeff Smith, and I wouldn't mind at least getting one from him. And this is like the earliest issue of Bone I think I have like in the collection. It's one of the cartoon books. Like I think it's like a 6th print based on the orange logo there. But hey, orange is my favorite color, so yeah, figure I'd take at least one book for Jeff Smith just to collect a signature so I can say I have it in the collection. Got some Sozo Micah covers. I think she's definitely one that charges for signatures. But like I said, I don't mind getting 1 or 2 just because I do, I am a signature collector at heart. So, like collecting as many as possible, obviously. So I got Harley Quinn 16. Just got this in a mystery box a long time ago. Once again, the writer of this book, Stephanie Phillips, is also going to be attending. So I may try to get this double signed. Also got this Sozo Micah on Poison Ivy number 4, which also the artist, Takara, is going to be there. So once again, if I can get a book double signed, double the fun, I suppose. So I actually got the entire little Poison Ivy run to start off. I think I got up until issue 5, I think here. Yeah, 1 through 5. So got the Middleton cover. There's a guy I'd like to meet at some point, never have, Joshua Middleton. And then issue number 5. So I'm going to get these signed by the interior artist, hopefully. Now, I may put this in my Jenny Frizen pile. Got the Frizen variant on issue number 2. And then there is the issue number 1. So I may get all 5 of those signed. Maybe I'll just stick with 1. We'll see what happens. Probably the most popular I was going, maybe my favorite, Dan Mora. He just that guy's a machine. I was kind of just looking at the books I've picked out to take for him and like, this guy just does not stop. He just keeps working and, making art, and it's awesome. So I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Rangers Part 2, Issue 1. Also, another Jenny Frizen signature opportunity there. So I figured, I always like to figure out a way to get my books double, triple signed, so on and so forth. Dan Moore also did the Action Comics 1051 cover. Taking a Once and Future number 1. Buffy number 1. I wanted to take the this cool Young Justice cover he did because, those are my characters. Just too bad Impulse isn't on there, but I do like the rest of the crew there. So, like that cover. Speaking of Jenny Frizen, I do like stopping by her table every year. She usually does like 5 signatures, but her prints, like she has some phenomenal quality prints, and then you never see them for sale outside of her Artist Alley table at C2E2, basically. So usually if I have an opportunity to go buy like an 11 by 17 print at her booth, usually I'll go ahead and like last year I got the that Death print that I just fell in love with and is on my wall out there. So I was really happy with that. But I did want to take this one this year, Red Sonja number 1 that she did, because this was actually the banner for her booth. So I'm guessing this is probably one of her favorite covers. I got this Catwoman 37 with a cool Poison Ivy cover. Got to get my Buffy signed. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer 25th anniversary. Actually, I need to crack this open to see if I might be able to get extra signatures on that one. Transitioning into more Buffy, we got this Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 1. I think this is the volume 1 number 1 that Art Adams did the cover. So hopefully I can get the next few books signed by Art Adams. So I got this, the X-Men Annual Red number 1, of course, because I only went for a year. And then this new Fantastic Four Art Adams variant. Wolverine, good drawing there. Got this Port of Earth. Zach Kaplan's going to be in attendance. A shout out to A Poor Man's Comics. He got me he introduced me to this Port of Earth series, so luckily I was able to obtain like the first 3 issues through dollar bins and such. So I'll get those signed by Zach Kaplan, hopefully. Sean Gordon Murphy's going to be there, so I'm taking the latest White Knight #1 for him to sign. Another one of my favorites that's going to this con, and I actually already got a sketch from him somewhere over there in the corner of the room. Dustin Nguyen. So really looking forward to meeting Dustin Nguyen because I think his work is just phenomenal. So I'm taking a couple Super Sons covers that he did as the B cover. So I thought those were great. I actually ended up just, pure happenstance, I guess, finding this around the same time he was announced for C2E2. Found this for $1. First Gotham City Sirens, Detective Comics $8.50. And then I decided to purchase a hardcover of Descender #1. So I'm still reading through this. Got a lot of work to do on it, but my goal is to get this read by Friday, basically. So got a lot of reading to do pretty much once I turn the camera off here. So Descender Volume 1. So definitely looking forward to lugging this around. It's going to be a heavy backpack, basically, but hopefully maybe I'll break it up into 2 days at least. I'm not planning on going all 3 days. Usually I go Saturday or Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday's kind of like a wild card day, basically. And then this artist went last year, but I never really collected for him, and I was kind of going through my collection, and I'm like, wow, I actually have a lot of this artist's work. It's Daniel Warren Johnson. So I had Do a Powerbomb #1. I do want to. I think I read this when first I got it, but I do want to reread it just so I can talk about it when I meet him. But Do a Powerbomb #1, Extremity #1, which this is one of the Image blind box variants. It's actually the Virgin one because almost all of them have Extremity, like the logo on top. So I'm guessing that I think there's like less than like 800 or 1,000 of these that exist. So I figure I'd take that, get it signed. And then I just went and purchased a couple of his hardcovers. Read this. I can't remember if I talked about this on my last live stream or not. Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This thing was phenomenal. It definitely got me hooked into Daniel Warren Johnson's artwork 100% now. I really like this book, and he wrote it too. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully getting a signature in that. And then another one, my goal is to get this read Wednesday night or maybe even Thursday night. Murder Falcon #1. Murder Falcon, the entire run in a hardcover. I don't know why I said #1, but yeah, I went ahead and got that hardcover as well. And then the last books we'll show today, Gabriel Hardman was just announced via the Hero Initiative. So really like these Green Lantern Earth 1 books that he did. The artwork is gorgeous. The story's actually really good, and just the Earth 1 stuff, especially with the introduction of Black Label several years back. The Earth 1 label just kind of went nowhere, but they kept making them anyway. But yeah, these books are really good, as well as the Batman Jeff Johns stuff. The Superman stuff, not so much. I do need to try to read the Titan stuff because I think that's another Lemire one. But at least the Green Lantern, the Batman, you can't go wrong with those Earth 1s. So taking these to get Gabriel Hardman to hopefully sign them. And that, my friends, is it for the comics. So I guess, do I have any sketches or anything lined up? Not yet, exactly. I think I'm just going to take my book and see what I can get in it, base. I might throw an extra blank cover in the bag, but I think I'm purely just going to try to get work in my book because I only got one sketch all of last year, but I got a lot of stuff for my wall. I want to focus on my sketchbook a little bit more in 2023. Just start filling that up. And yeah, I think I might at least get one outside my sketchbook. I might go check out Gavin Smith because he just got announced as like the new regular artist on the TMNT stuff. And I wouldn't mind getting a turtle from him. What am I going to get? I don't know yet, but I wouldn't mind. I got a Rocket Raccoon from him last year. So I think it's maybe only right that I get a turtle from him. I'm Art Bikes and Comics is in the chat saying no sketches. I definitely want to get some art at this thing. That's usually my top priority. Because some people like to go there and look through bins, which I like looking through the bins too. And, obviously like getting my signatures, but I know it's a successful convention for me when I can leave with art, basically. So hopefully I can at least get one, if not 2 or 3 sketches. That would be excellent. Anything more than that, it would be a very successful con for me. All right, guys, big thank you for joining me tonight. That's all I got for you today. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. There's links down below. I think I got an Instagram link. Definitely go over there, follow me for the most up-to-date information on what I'm up to. And if you see me at C2E2, feel free to stop me, say hi, and all that stuff. I know I got to look for Barbarian Kung Fu over there. I know there's several other people I've talked to that hopefully I'll get to see them. And yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to turn this guy off here, because this is the YouTube Studio live stream. Hopefully it saves. So if not, I guess I'll the 4 people who joined me today. Thanks for joining me. Later, guys.